is up? Welcome back to the Burn and Washburn podcast. Thank you so much for joining me today, for joining us. This tribe continues to grow and thrive thanks to you guys spreading the word. This thing is getting bigger than ever, and I'm just so grateful to be able to connect with you guys. So today I have a quick episode for you, partially because it's sunny out and I'm trying to go enjoy this sunshine, but I was like, man, I surely want to connect with you guys really quick and share some good vibrations to send you off into the rest of your day, the rest of your week, the rest of your month with just some positive reminders and some good things to stir on. So I don't even have anything planned for today's episode. I'm just going to talk from the heart and we'll see what comes out. But first of all, I just want to say thank you to the Gratitude Gang. Shout out to the Gratitude Gang, all my Patreon supporters. Like, it's so cool that some of you guys are supporting me and supporting this podcast and supporting the YouTube channel and my music and everything that I do, because everything that I do is with the intention to like raise the vibration of the planet and just uplift, inspire, heal, help, and just empower and give people tools and mindsets and things, anything that I can do to help other people have like a happier, more fulfilling quality of life. That's my intention with all my work, no matter what work it is, whether it's the music or the podcast or anything. So the fact that you guys are supporting me financially and throwing down a few bucks to support the spreading of this information and the spreading of this energy, like, I mean, it lights my heart up. So thank you guys so much. Thank you to everyone who's spreading the word too. Like, that's just as good as, like, that's so helpful when you guys even message me or spread the word on your Instagram stories or anything you guys do to help get your friends, like, even if you just get like one homie to start listening to this podcast, that's so dope. It helps out so much. And like, I have dreams and aspirations of this thing growing and reaching like lots of people and just being like a source of light for as many people as possible. So appreciate anything you can do to help that cause grow and help that seed kind of blossom. So that's what's up. Yeah, I'm stoked on life. Today's been such a good day. I woke up super early, just jumped out of bed, said my affirmations and incantations, knew it was going to be a good day. Blessed myself with the crystals, put on the sound healing and the Reiki. Went outside and did my barefoot EFT tapping in the sun with the sunrise, and just kind of activated some of the higher frequency codes that I've been working on. Came in, did an epic gratitude journal and affirmations and scripting session. Just absolutely crushed my workout. And what did I do? I read some of the abundance codes out in the sun for a minute. And then as soon as I was done working out, hopped in the cold shower. Felt so amazing, like it always does. It's just something about doing things that are hard, but that are good for you, and just like it gives you that edge on the day of just feeling like, what, I'm the best version of myself today because I'm doing like the thing that's good for me instead of the thing that's easy. And I'm not saying you have to cold shower every day, but it's one of those things that really helps build that confidence. There's lots and lots of physical benefits, as far as like muscle recovery and reducing inflammation and stress and anxiety, and it's said to cure depression, and there's a lot of studies on it doing that. And there's so many like physical, mental, and spiritual benefits of cold showers. So I do that pretty much every single day. I don't think I've missed a day for at least like 90 days, or probably even longer. But some days I like procrastinate and hesitate on it, and today I just went right in and it felt good, and I stayed there a little extra long and just like embraced it. Hopped out, saged and blessed my house up, hopped in the bath and did this like raising your vibration with the angels meditation, this guided meditation on YouTube that I've been doing, that I've done a bunch of times. And I get something different out of it every time. And I swear every time I do it, I just get in the highest vibration possible, where I'm just like, holy shit. I'm like the happiest, healthiest, strongest, most empowered, and most inspired, and most on point as I've ever been. And if the whole world just did this meditation, everyone would just be like in love and harmony and joy. And I know we're never gonna have a perfect world, but I was like, damn, how cool would that be? If even if we got like 1,000,000 people to do this meditation at the same time. And so that kind of planted this little seed in the back of my mind. And like someday I'm gonna end up doing a mass meditation. I was part of a mass meditation the other day, and it was very powerful, connecting to all these people who were meditating at the same time across the world. And so I was like, oh, what if I got like 1,000,000 people to do like a super loving, or 1,000,000,000 people to do a super loving, amazing meditation all at the same world. And it's like in that moment, in that 10 minutes or however long, like the world would, I don't know, it would raise the whole vibration of the planet. And it would just be a beautiful thing. So I kind of planted that seed of like, someday I'll do a mass meditation. That'll be dope. I'll kind of help facilitate one. I've also had dreams of facilitating the world's biggest group hug. I feel like that would be so lit. Just like the biggest group hug. Imagine it just like a group hug stretching like through whole entire neighborhoods, like through valley. Like it just, oh man, it could stretch across states. That would be crazy. But anyway, getting off track here, as if there was any type of real track that I was on in the first place. What was I saying? Oh, had an amazing day. Got this epic meditation, and then went out and just activated like the abundance codes and the breath work and some things that I've been doing in the sunshine for a little bit, and just got on a really high frequency. And then worked on some music for a little bit, and then it was time to go speak at Westminster College. So I gave a talk at Westminster College today, and it was very, very fulfilling. I just came out of that place beaming from ear to ear, just stoked on life, because I was hella nervous. I was basically shaking and trembling the whole entire time, but I still like owned it like a boss at the same time, like, and was like super confident at the same time. It was a trip. I was just able to like feel all my anxiety and all my shyness and all my worry about fear of being judged, and I was able to just feel all of these emotions and just coexist with them rather than being taken over by them. So it was cool. It was like a beautiful practice, and I kind of overcame something mentally of just like, I love doing things that I'm scared of. I love facing my fears and just going for what my soul's purpose is. I felt like I was living my soul's purpose, like using my words to uplift and inspire, whether it's through music, podcasts, videos, live speaking gigs, my coaching clients, or any of the stuff that I do. It's all the same. They're all different vehicles to drive the same mission and the same purpose, which is to use my perspective and my unique energy to uplift, heal, inspire, and like all that stuff I talked about earlier. Like, so it's fulfilling to live out your soul's purpose, but it's not always like super easy and super like a no-brainer. Sometimes it's really scary, and in the moments when it's really scary and you're intimidated or you're fearful or you're just feeling nervous, to like face the fears, because it could be super easy to be feeling like that and just cancel something, or like run away from an opportunity that you actually want, but you're scared to face your fears, or you're scared to feel the emotions of anxiety or of being embarrassed or whatever. Like, I'm just down to experience all emotions. So when you make peace with the worst case scenario of emotions and say, you know what, I embrace all emotions. I welcome sadness, I welcome anger, I welcome fear, I welcome love, I welcome joy, I welcome bliss, I welcome prosperity, I welcome being nervous. Like, whatever emotion comes up, none of them are permanent, and I'm just down to experience all of them. I'm not going to try to suppress any of them, and I'm not going to try to run away from any of them. I'm just going to boldly stand and dance with all of them. And it's been a beautiful place that I'm starting to get to, where I'm just like, oh, cool, like, bring on whatever. Like, I'm not even scared of being sad or being in a low vibe anymore. Like, it's not about being in a high vibe all the time. Like, even though, like, our vibration and our emotions create our reality, energy and motion is how we turn the invisible energy of the universe into matter. So it is important to be choosing their vibrations wisely and not get stuck on these negative vibrations that are creating experiences we don't want. But the best way to do that is to actually like not run from the emotions that do come up and just feel them as they are and just work with them. And over time, we just start to make peace with them, and they don't run the show, and they can show up in our experience, and we can still deliver and still carry out our soul's purpose regardless of these emotions showing up. So like I get paid to perform in front of strangers for a living, and I still get nervous every time. And I got way nervous today going in front of a small group at like this, it's the most prestigious school in our state, probably. I think, actually not even probably, it is. So I was humbled and honored to be able to share any of my perspectives as someone who hasn't even graduated college myself, like to be invited to share some dialogue at a school of movers and shakers and big thinkers and people that are on the forefront of progression in this country. I felt very privileged to be able to even be in the room and just sharing my perspective. So it was the talk went way better than ever, and like people were really like participated and asked a lot of good questions, and we got into some very rich dialogue. And I was nervous the whole time, pretty much. I left that place still kind of shaking, but then I was like so good because I was like, I just overcame a fear. Not even overcame it. I just like danced with this fear, and like rather than canceling it or bailing out or making some excuse of why I can't be there, I just showed up. I was there when I said I would be there. I stayed even longer than I said I would stay. And I showed up and delivered my A game despite the fear. So I wanted to just kind of share that with you guys as a reminder of anything you want to do in your life. You're gonna be scared, even if you've been doing it for a while. Like, there's still gonna be times where the fear comes up, and you just gotta be able to like take action, like feel the fear and do it anyway. That's one of the success principles. One of my favorite books that was a catalyst in my self-development transformation is a book called The Success Principles by Jack Canfield, co-creator of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series as well. He was also in the movie The Secret. And he's like he's got like a Harvard degrees and just all sorts of like awesomeness. He's a smart dude. One of his success principles in the book Success Principles is feel the fear and do it anyway. Just taking action despite the fear. And I've talked about that before on this episode, like one of the first episodes. Probably talked about it a few times, honestly, but I could use these reminders all the time. Like, I'm not going to just talk about topics once and then be like, cool, we understand these fully. It's like, no, let's keep exploring these topics and keep embedding them. Like, I've been studying law of attraction and like manifestation and how we create our own reality for at least 10 years now, and I'm still just scratching the surface and learning so much more. And my understanding of it now compared to what I thought I understood 5 years ago is way different. And I'm sure in 10 years it'll be way different again. So it's cool to constantly be growing and learning on all these subjects. Anyway, I crushed this talk. I felt really good for doing what I said I would do. And I even, in the back of my mind, when I got invited to do this, I was like, this could potentially lead to more speaking gigs if I say yes to this one. The universe is throwing me one, and if I seize this opportunity, I've noticed whenever I seize opportunities, I get more opportunities. If someone, it's crazy, if someone invites you camping and you say yes and you go camping, you'll get invited to go camping again like 2 weeks later. Versus if you say no, people stop inviting you to shit. And like, I don't know, it's like it's the same thing with the universe. Like, the universe wants to put me on performances, and if I like feel aligned and I say yes to do these music performances, it's like the more I say yes to, the more I get offered, because also it puts you out there, and the more people are seeing you interact and seeing you do it, and then thinking of you when they're booking their events and whatever. So it's on an energetic level, and it's also on like a super practical, logical level as well, of just like, yeah, obviously if you're putting yourself out there, then there's more people there that have an opportunity to know about you and hire you and work with you. So in the back of my mind, when I got invited to do this speech today at Westminster, I was like, this could potentially lead to other speaking gigs in the future, because I got really inspired by speakers going to like Tony Robbins and Gary Vaynerchuk and listening to a lot of podcasts and self-development, and I was like, man, someday I would love to be doing that along with my music shows. Like maybe some days I'm doing a speaking event and I'm getting paid 20 racks to go show up at a conference and really just provide massive value through a talk. Other days I might be doing a rap show. It's all sorts of different vehicles to carry out the same message and help people. And the cool part about it is, like, within an hour of getting home from that speaking gig at Westminster today, I get a text from someone wanting me to come speak at their school, which is actually like I believe it's a school for like youth that are not necessarily like the most privileged, or not necessarily like with the best families, or maybe they've had like just difficult upbringings and they're in these kind of schools to get some special help, and these kids kind of really need guidance and like people to look up to and mentors, and they need inspiration, and they need to know that like they can be successful, because a lot of times they're not coming from the best families and everything, and fuck, it breaks my heart. So like I said yes immediately to that, and it was like, it's not even like a paid gig or anything, you know what I mean? I'm not even doing it, like that's irrelevant. I just want to go inspire people. And it's cool because I feel like saying yes to that will get me another speaking gig. And I bet the next time I record a podcast, I'll have like 2 more to tell you about. So it's cool. And it's way less like equipment and sound check and all this stuff doing speaking gigs. You just like show up with just yourself. Like I don't need to get a DJ and like show up 8 hours earlier for sound check and deal with all this technical stuff. It's kind of nice. And you can just speak from your heart. Like a lot of what I was talking about today was authenticity. I was telling my story of my journey in music, and we were talking about race and culture and authenticity, and just we talked about a lot, and it was cool. So anyway, I just feel like the more you say yes to opportunities, the more opportunities will keep kind of knocking at your door. So seize them when they come. And obviously, if it's not a hell yes, then it's a no. And sometimes you just feel like it's a hell yes, and it's got to be a hell yes from your heart, not a hell yes from your brain. Brain will say hell yes because it's paying a certain amount of money, or because it's a certain amount of people there, or blah, blah, blah. The heart will just say yes because you don't even know why. It just feels right. So that's when you say yes to shit. Anyway, what else would I wanted to talk about? Oh, the other thing I wanted to share with you before I get going is just a little reminder that's on my heart, which is let's just stop taking everything so seriously. Good times are coming. I promise. Like, of course, there's gonna be more rain, there's gonna be more shadows, there's gonna be more hardships, but overall, the general trajectory of our lives right now is just getting better and better on so many levels. So don't get all caught up in it and lost in the sauce when it takes a little dip, or when things get rough for a second. Brighter days are ahead, trust me. We just gotta stop taking life so seriously. Remember to lighten up and have fun and laugh at ourselves and laugh at the ups and downs. And like, today I broke a glass. I bought like some new drinking glasses, and I broke it before I even got to my door, and I like manifested it for sure, because I joked about it and like spoke it into existence by saying like, yeah, I've been breaking so many glasses lately and shit like that. It's funny things. I know I was kind of consciously creating a reality that I didn't want, but then as soon as it happened and I was about to bring my glasses inside from the car, of course I broke one, and it didn't even bug me at all, even though I just barely bought it. I just laughed at it. And it's a reminder to obviously be like more careful and gentle and everything, and more intentional and whatever, but it's also just like, hey, you know what? That's just how shit be sometimes. Like, shit just breaks sometimes, so like, it's not even a big deal. Like, just laugh. And I don't know, let's stop taking life so serious. Like, I look at my daughter, I look at little kids, and they just want to play and have fun all the time, and obviously it's easier for them, and they don't have the responsibilities of taking care of another human or paying bills or whatever, like what kind of responsibilities some of us have. But just because we have these responsibilities, it doesn't mean we need to be all uptight and serious. Like, the more play and fun and humor and laughter we enjoy, we just bring into our lives intentionally, the more fun and blissful our lives will be. The more kind of serious thoughts we have, the more serious circumstances we'll attract. So I just kind of laugh at my own brain, and when I'm taking stuff serious, I laugh at myself, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just like this conscious piece of stardust walking around in this body pretending to be this person that I think I am, and I'm creating the entire construct of who we think we are is completely fucking made up. The entire construct of this entire reality is just made up. And that it's not in a grim or a bad way or whatever. Like, we're attached to like thinking this is real, but it's like I heard this comedian talking about this the other day who has like a 9-month-old, and just like watching this little tiny human like build who they are. You know, like deciding I like this and I don't like that, and you know, just creating our preferences. And it's just like kind of these stories that we tell ourselves, and these programs and that we put on ourselves, and society and everything it puts on us too. But like, it's just crazy. Everything that I think I even am is really just kind of made up in the first place. So why am I walking around here being so serious? And like everything, all the energy in the universe is just borrowed energy, and it just goes back to source. My body will like either get burnt up and go back into the earth, or it'll get buried and go back into the earth and become a tree, and then like that tree will turn into like an apple, and then some kid 300 years from now will eat that apple, and like I don't know, like it's crazy. So why don't we just enjoy it and have fun and make the most of it? And like, we never know when it could be our last day. So we gotta live every day like, you know, today's a good day to die. Like, we're going out with a bang, doing our soul's purpose, doing what felt right, doing what lit us up, rather than just like chasing money or doing what other people want us to do. It's like, let's take a step back and design a life that's really gonna make us happy, so we can live every day. And if we die any random day, we'll at least have lived, you know what I mean? We'll at least have like died on a day when we were like doing what we loved. So obviously all of us can't just like, if you're working a job right now, you can't just like quit your job right this second. You can, but like it might not be the best choice for you and the most aligned choice for your soul right now to just quit your job and go for what you love out of nowhere when you have no idea what you want to do. Like, but for some of us, you know, we need to make that leap, and for others, we just need to start designing the life like slowly, and we just need to start experience life to figure out what we really want, and then we can design a life that really lights our spirit up. Because it's just like we're not guaranteed any specific amount of time on this planet. We could literally die any moment. Any of us could not wake up tomorrow. So it's like, do I really want to spend it at this job and so I can pay some bills or whatever? Like, do I really, when I'm worried about keeping up with this system and the government, when the government's in trillions of dollars of debt, more than I've ever been in, and like the government is, all their money's borrowed, and I actually probably have more wealth than the government, you know what I mean? And like, I'm all worried about like some student loans that I gotta pay, so I gotta fucking spend all my time at this job making, you know what I mean? It's funny how we get trapped up in this paradigm. And obviously there's a balance. Like, we can't just all be like free spirits, everything's sunshine and rainbows, it'll work out. Like, yes, your car will get fucking repossessed. Yes, your house will get taken away. Yes, you will go hungry. Like, there's a balance. You know what I'm saying? But if we have faith that we're limitless beings, part of God, and we can create our own realities, then we can pretty easily design a life that actually lights us up, that easily pays our bills. Like mine does. Like, I live a life that I really enjoy. I get to do what I love all day, every day, pretty much. And I pay my bills from it, and I have extra, and I can give and donate and share and help people and buy gifts and all this stuff. And it's like, I'm actually living a more abundant, more lucrative lifestyle because I'm on path and because I'm in fulfillment. When I was working these soul-crushing jobs, it was just fucking breaking my heart every day, and like I wasn't in alignment with what my spirit was meant to do. So I wasn't providing as much value to the world, and I was barely getting by. But it's taken a lot of years, and I've went through a lot of, you guys have heard my story, you know what I'm saying? You already know what it is. Like, I've been through some shit, but I've gotten to a point now where, like, I'm living the dream, and the dream keeps getting bigger, and it's fucking beautiful, and I love it. And I'm so, so grateful for it, and I'm so grateful for your guys' support, like, for real. I cannot express that enough. I know everyone says, like, oh, my fans are the best, or my supporters are the best, like, but for real, mine are. Fuck everyone else's supporters, mine are the best. Gratitude gang, shout out. Like, you guys have my back. It's always been my fans and my supporters that have had my back when I've needed people to be there for me. And like, it's the thing they asked me, one of the questions that I got asked today at Westminster was, what's one of your most proud moments? And like, the first couple moments that popped into my head were like, oh, the time that I performed with Snoop Dogg, and the time that I got to perform at this venue and that venue, or that I got paid X amount. And quickly, within like a few minutes of even talking about that out loud, I was like, no. But on the real, bigger than all of that, is my tribe. That's the thing I'm most proud of, is all the people that I've met and the friends that I've made and the fam that I have all across the country and the world. That means more to me than anything, any type of fame or fortune or accolades ever could. And no one could ever take that away from me. So I'm just so grateful and so blessed. And that's my proudest moment. And that's, why I continue to just keep pushing down this journey. And it's such a beautiful life. And I don't say any of that to brag. Like, look at me, look how cool I am. Because I've been working at this for 10 years and it's been struggles. But I just say it to like inspire you. Like, if I can do it, you guys can probably do it even easier than I can. Because I'm like, I was not talented necessarily. I didn't have any extra resources or money or no one helped me out really. I didn't have any connections. Like, and I continue to just bootstrap my way up to like get wherever I want to be in life. And if I can do it, some of y'all could probably do like 100,000 times what I can do. So I say that stuff to inspire you of like, yo, you can literally create the life of your dreams. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's going to start with you becoming clear on what you really want and getting to know yourself and sometimes the hard part of that is you first have to like get really clear on what you don't want, and then you start to become more clear on what you do want, and then you can kind of begin to cultivate a vision of that life and then begin to embody it on an energetic frequency level every day and keep continuously connecting to those emotions. And over time you build your habits and your actions and your tribe and everything to align with that, and it becomes your reality, and then you're living your dream and life is awesome. And I'll tell you this though, even when you're living your dream and you're doing what you love every day and you get paid to do what you love, there's always a bigger dream that you want. So you're never it's never a destination. It's like the journey's the fun part. And there's still ups and downs. There's still times when you're upset or you're sad or you're pissed off or you're lonely or you don't think it's working out or you lose faith in it and I just over the years have come to realize that's beautiful, and there's never going to get this point. There's never going to probably be this point where I'm just like, you know what? My life has just been absolutely perfect every day for the last 20 years. And like, I haven't been sad at all. I haven't been stressed once. Everything's just been fucking awesome this whole time. It's like, I guarantee I'll get to a point where I'm like, yes, the last 20 years has been really good. And like 90% of it maybe has been like that. But like, I don't want it to be all perfect. I like the contrast. I like the different range of emotions, and I grow from it. So it's like, let's bring it on. But anyway, I think that's all I wanted to share with you guys today. I feel good about what I just said. So I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Shoot me a message if you caught this episode. Just let me know that you're listening and tuning in so I can personally thank you. If you could share this with at least one person, that'd be super ill. Check out patreon.com/burnellwashburn if you want to support and join the gratitude gang. Even just $5 a month. And then there's like different incentives that you get at different levels, but even just $5 a month is like, it makes it, I'm like, you're in my heart every day, and I'm writing about you in my gratitude journal, and I'm sending you good vibes, and I'm like, yes, this is part of like the mission, and it's so much bigger than me. It's not even about me. Like, I don't need your $5. The people that need these messages just need the messages. And so the $5 just helps deliver the messages. That's all, you know what I'm saying? And like, I appreciate the $5. If the $5 helps gets me like a juice or something, sometimes that's extra cool too. But like, I can get my own juice. I just like, yeah, I want to help spread the message, and like you guys are helping do that. So it really means a lot to me. Um, lastly, I have a brand new single coming out this week on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, Facebook, everything. It's called "Wasn't It a Woman." This is a special song that just kind of came out of nowhere, and I wasn't planning on making this song, but I was scrolling through social media the other day, and I don't get political at all. I usually stray away from like all type of politics and everything, but I just see all types of, and the reason I do that is not because I'm trying to avoid problems, but it's because I'm trying to focus on solutions. That's why I'm spreading power. I'd rather talk about how the benefits of meditation than talk about the negative aspects of war. You know what I'm saying? Because I think the more people that learn meditation, the less war there'll be. So it's like it's the same thing, but it's just focusing on the solution rather than the problem. And I think a lot of politics focus on the problem and get us to be divided and divide and conquer. And there's a lot of propaganda and lies and bullshit that gets spread. So I usually stray away from most of that kind of talk. But I just see so much stuff about this abortion stuff and this stuff that's going on in Alabama and just in general, and I didn't even really know fully what it was about at first. All I knew was all my sisters, all my homegirls, all my high vibe empowered women are posting these posts about like my body, my choice and stuff like that. And these are all my like deep friends that I like, my soul sisters, you know what I'm saying, that are posting this shit. And so I kind of just started getting into it a little bit, and I like kind of click on one of the hashtags, start going through it, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Why on earth are human beings still trying to control each other? Like, this is so silly to me. Why are we trying to disempower or hurt women or any other human in general? Why are we still trying to control each other? Why is politics and government still trying to tell us what the fuck to do when they exist off us? The government doesn't have any money. They just take our money. We pay taxes to the government, and it's a system that, you know, we obviously all created, society created together, and it's part of us. And I'm not saying it's like completely evil and wrong and there shouldn't be government, but I'm just saying, like, why the fuck are we letting them to tell us what to do on certain things when it's our life? You know what I mean? And like, that's why I got kind of pissed off at that. And like, I have a daughter, like I'm raising a female, and it's like, no one's about to try to tell her what to do. Fuck that. Especially some rich white dude in Alabama that's like never gone through some shit. Like, I don't know. Like like, sorry, I'm getting a little heated again just thinking about it. And I got a little angry, but I was like, again, I was detached from the anger. It wasn't overcoming me and like ruining my vibration. It was like coexisting alongside with my like already high vibration, and then like just allowed myself to feel the anger. Didn't try to run from it or suppress it or close it out or be like, oh, I don't want to look at this shit right now because it's negative or it's low vibe or something like that. I was like, you know what, I just like, this is bullshit. And like out of nowhere, I got out of the shower, started like, I went to go get dressed, and out of nowhere I just started making a beat. And then as soon as the beat wasn't even done, I was going to add way more to it. And then the next thing I know, I just started rapping to it. And lyrics started just coming. And it was all about, like, women empowerment and, like, taking back, you know, our rights and control, and just, like, not letting government or letting just anyone really control one another. Like, it's just, let's be empowered, and let's see all of us as one. Let's work together, you know what I mean? Let's be friends and get along, and let's work together for the betterment of our whole entire, like, greater good, and let's stop creating all this separation and fear and oppression and all this bullshit. So, like, long story short, I end up just, like, channeling this song, and I felt like all of, like, I made the beat, wrote the lyrics, recorded the lyrics, mixed and mastered it, and, like, completely finished the song and made a video all within a few hours. Probably like 5 hours. And that never happens. Usually it's like I work on a beat for a few weeks, and then I work on lyrics for a few months, and then I record it a few months down the road after I've like really got it down. And so this was crazy to just like have it all come out like that, and I felt like it was so channeled. Like it felt like it was literally just like all my divine soul sisters and empowered, just like goddess female energies and angels and my mom and my daughter and my homegirls and just all the like boss babe awesome women that I listened to were like almost channeling this message through me. Like it just needed to be said through like a male perspective and through this rap song at this particular time. And so like it just came together and I was like, well, okay, all right. Normally I don't really talk about shit like this necessarily, or like I don't stray away from it purposely, but normally I'm just like, I'm not even like subscribed to anything that's happening in politics enough to even really know what the fuck's going on. So like this was cool that I like tapped into this vibe, and I feel like I was like, yo, what's up, ladies? Like there's some good dudes out here that like stand with y'all. Like we're not all like these toxic, masculine, fucking fearful, crazy ass dudes, like there's some good men that like really love and respect and appreciate women, and like so I just kind of wanted to share my perspective on that through this song. And the song came out pretty dope. It's called Wasn't It a Woman. It'll be out on all platforms and it'll be out within the next couple of days. I'm not 100% sure when I'm gonna drop it, but guaranteed by this coming Friday. It's May 20th right now, so by like May 25th, May 24th, it'll be out for sure. Maybe I'll drop it on the 24th because 24 is my lucky number. But I'm just excited for you guys to hear that song. And then I got a bunch of new other songs that are like, some that are more lighthearted, some that are more vibey, and just a bunch of different types of styles, like all over the place that are coming out soon. I'm kind of working on an album, working on some singles, and I got some dope shows coming up. I have a show this Friday. I have a bunch of festivals coming up. I have some travel, some shows in Washington and California. And yeah, I'm stoked on life, and I really appreciate you guys tuning in, especially if you listen this far in. This was supposed to be a quicker episode, and it turned out to be like pretty decent length. So I kind of knew that would happen in the back of my mind. I was like, I'll say it's going to be a quick episode, and then I'll end up just rambling forever like I do, because I like sharing. I feel like I'm kicking it with some of you guys when I picture some of the people that listen to this in my heart, and I just feel like I'm kicking it with some of y'all when I'm recording these. So anyway, I'll let you go. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Please share this with someone. Please leave me a message so I know you tuned in, and so I can share it on my story as well. And then check out the Patreon if you're interested in supporting. Check out the YouTube channel and the Instagram if you want to just catch inspiration in between podcast episodes. And you can come check out a show if you're in Salt Lake or Washington or Cali. Hit me up. I'm trying to do a lot more touring again. I don't tour as much as I used to because I'm more building the internet grind and all that right now, but I'll definitely do some more tour dates soon. So just hit me up. Let me know what cities you guys are in, what cities you want me to come to, and we'll get it popping. I love traveling, love playing my music, and I love meeting y'all in person. It's way cool when I like meet people that listen to the podcast in real life, and then like, oh, it's 5:55 right now. Perfect time to end this episode. But it's cool when I meet people in real life and they're just like, I don't know, we have this connection and this bond because we've kind of already like, they've already been listening to the podcast, and I already feel like we know each other because they have expressed so much of myself authentically. So it's cool. But anyway, I hope you have just a super incredible rest of your day. Remember, just keep lighten up, don't take it too seriously, and just keep embodying the high vibrations and choosing the right frequencies. No matter how much you slip off and feel the low vibes, that's all good. Don't be too harsh about it, just dance with them and bounce back. I love you. Have an amazing, amazing rest of your week.